Okay, so listen, did you know that last year I wrote my first book? I know, I'm so excited about it. It was something that I had in mind, but I had no idea I would be doing it at the beginning of last year. And once I got into it, I was in full swing, and now we have a finished product. So the Get Corporate Clients Now book is now live and published on Amazon and soon to be everywhere where you can buy books. And this is my A to Z framework on how to get corporate contracts in your business. This was a labor of love. And so this is no fluff. This is everything that you need to know in order to get contracts in your business. And so not only do I have, the tactics and strategies, but I have stories. I'm telling all my business about opportunities that have failed me over the just crazy under a decade that I've been in this corporate selling space for my career to moving it into my business. And so I told those stories. And at the end of each chapter, I introduce you to my framework, which is more of mindset based, but it helps you be able to take direct action after each chapter and what you've learned. And so I'm especially excited about those. I think that from what I've seen with the readers who've gotten the book so far, I've seen them take out their whiteboards and go through the exercises and plan their activities. And I could not be more excited that people have had so much excitement to something that literally was my career and something that I've been through the ups and the downs with. And now I see other people taking my learning and being able to do amazing things with it. So this is the basis of the curriculum for my programs, but also an opportunity for those who are not yet working with us directly to be able to understand the strategies and get corporate clients now. That's the whole point, right? So if you haven't grabbed your copy yet, it is available on Amazon. You'll find the link somewhere around this page, on my Facebook page, or wherever you may be watching this. Grab your copy. And then here's another thing I want you to do. Make sure you leave a review because I would love to hear what you take away from this book and allow it to be shared with other folks who could get this valuable information. All right. So I'll see you later. Make sure you grab a copy of Get Corporate Clients Now. Hey, welcome back to another session of our Wednesday live session. So if you're new here, we're here every single week talking about all things corporate contract related, how you can get into it, what you need to say, how to approach it, and even as we are navigating some very there's so many words to explain it, but how do we want to say this today? Some very interesting times. That's what we're going to say. We're going to speak positively because obviously, as I've shared with my clients this week, um, I'm laughing at myself because I'm reminded of a saying that I'm pretty sure many of y'all know because I've seen some videos about it, but it's an old school saying, which is one monkey don't stop the show. And I think that is the mantra for right now. And so our show is still on the road. I don't know about you. I don't know how you are in your space of corporate contracts right now, but we are still continuing the same process. We're shifting and morphing. We're, addressing as needed, but we definitely are not quitting because we have a mission and we cannot come down. Okay. So I hope that you are still remaining committed to the goals that you set for yourself, whether that is, hey, I want to land my first contract, my next contract, or my next few contracts. Whatever it is, stay the course because the opportunities are still out there for you. Just this week, I've already had 2 conversations with 2 corporations, and one is actually still in the DEI space. And so just because of all the things going on right now, you just want to make sure that you stay focused on what you're doing, because if you get caught up in this and that, and this is gone and we can't say this, you're going to miss out on an opportunity, plain and simple. And so I wanted to share that. I know I have another topic for today, but that's just something timely that is on my mind to share with my community. But I think that it's also important for you all to know whether you're working with me or not. I know many of you are interested in this space and should be working with me, but hey, we'll save that for another conversation and another time. But know that the opportunities are still out there no matter where you fall. So with that being said, let's talk about a couple things today. So the title of my message, I feel like this is my own little ministry. The title of my message today is Ditch the Pitch and Do This Instead. And I'm a very strong advocate about not using the word pitch when you are first engaging corporate partners. And here is my philosophy or thought around that. When you first meet a corporate contact, you're not pitching to them. And I want to also make sure you all understand like how this process works. There is a rhyme, a method, a way that they operate and do business, and a way that they respond and the way that they don't respond. I have sent thousands, probably tens of thousands of emails, phone calls, all the things to do outreach at this point. And what I know like the back of my hand is that if you hit them with some type of pitch that means nothing to them, relates to them in no way, but just talks about you and your services and what you do, you might get a response every 100 or so emails. Every 200 or so emails with someone who just so happens to be looking for exactly what you are talking about. But instead of doing that, you could get way better results if you invite people to have a conversation. I will die on that hill because I believe and know that that is what works in this space. Relationships, co-creation, inviting them to develop a solution with you versus trying to force something on them. We could shut the live down on that because if you all really understood and took that in, you could make a lot more money this year. You could be able to be in contracts, as I've shared before, that could be your annual revenue by just approaching it in that way. And I'm walking what I'm talking because, as I mentioned, I had 2 conversations with corporations for myself this week. And that approach, number one, it went from us talking about something one off to developing an entire annual program. And when I say annual, we know what that means, extra zeros, right? And so knowing how to navigate the conversation to uncover the solutions and inviting yourself to be a thought partner with that decision maker, again, sets you apart of every other person that's sending the email saying, here's what we do, da da da. If you need someone in this, then reach out to us. No, let me talk about you. Most of the conversation should be about them, their priorities, their programs, their events, their marketing, whatever it is that you do. You should be putting on the hat of an investigator and learning. And that will allow you to tap into some opportunities beyond trying to do this whole pitch thing. And so, can we just let that die, right? I know the word itself is what is most recognizable by most people online or just in this space in general. But I want to be clear because you don't develop a pitch. You can save yourself a whole lot of time by not even going down the rabbit hole of I need to develop my pitch. You don't need to develop your pitch because your pitch is what you do way down the line once you've understood what they needed and now you're showing them a solution. And in that way, your pitch should really already be a warm or soft yes, because you have co-created along the way to extract the right information, develop that and marry that with your expertise and recommend to them what you suggest they do based upon their needs. That is the approach that you want to take. Okay. So what does this look like in practice? That's the mindset that you want to have as you're going into positioning yourself for contracts and how you want to structure your outreach. You want to start with really understanding, okay, hey, what do you know about this company already? Like, how can you get some initial information to see if there's even a need or alignment? I know sometimes it's difficult to do that because companies don't have everything that they're working on online unless you go to LinkedIn or something like that. But generally speaking, companies all have the same problems, right? They may not actually manifest in the same way, but generally speaking, they have the same problems. Retaining talent is big right now. How do we keep people excited about coming to work? How do we be more efficient in our processes, whether that's our marketing, our operations, our events, whatever it is, efficiency is high. How can you tie what you do in your expertise to things that companies across the board need assistance with? So once you've done that, that's the first piece. Then the next thing is to give yourself just a short 1 to 2 sentences. How many of you guys, I put you in front of a corporation today, do you have 1 to 2 sentences that could share exactly how you support corporations? Not a paragraph, not an elevator pitch, not a full-on keynote speech. 2 sentences. 2 impactful sentences that you can share with the organization that makes them say, yes, I need to hear more. I'm interested. That makes them respond to an email and say, yes, let's book a call to talk about this. If you don't, you're missing the mark. You're missing opportunity. You're leaving tens of thousands of dollars on the table every single day that you don't get this right, period. You could land an opportunity today. If you're doing, we just got out of a 21-day challenge with my clients, and I have not shared all the wins that we had from that, but we had a person that pitched and closed $12,000 in contract opportunities. Well, I'll say opportunities from our contract, our challenges, landed $12,000 of opportunities. 21 days for what we're doing is fast. 2 weeks is fast. Typically, these opportunities take 3 to 6 months with some of these things that folks be doing. We don't do that. And so, hang on a second. Okay. And so that is what you want to keep in mind as you are positioning yourself for these opportunities. So I wanted to make this short and sweet and to the point and ensure that you understood pitching is for the end. Now you want to build relationships. All right. So if this is something that you want to make sure you have in place, I want to invite you to check out the link below to book a call so that we can discuss how you make sure you have these pieces crystal clear so that you can land some opportunities in your business this year. Let's talk about that 2-sentence pitch. Let's talk about how you're putting together your emails. Let's talk about your overall strategy so that you can be set up for success and ready to land some corporate opportunities in your business. All right. So let's have a discussion, see what's a good fit for you, and go from there. Check us out. I will put the link here at the bottom. We have available spots for next week. I would love to chat with you and see how we can support you in moving forward and getting more contracts in your business. All right. Until then, next week we'll be back at 4 p.m. Eastern on another topic as it relates to getting contracts in your business. All right. Talk to you soon.